Have you ever noticed when ISIS goes in and conquers a place, what do they do first? They destroy the history. They destroy the museums. They destroy the libraries. They destroy people's history because your history gives you your identity, and your identity is the foundation for your beliefs. And it makes it very easy to sway people. So if you're trying to fundamentally change a society, then that's one of the first things that you have to do is change their history and make them vulnerable. And also make people dissatisfied with what's going on now. You have to convince them that the system doesn't work if you want to change it to something else. So how are you going to do that? Well, first of all, you get a large percentage of your people to start feeling guilty. This white guilt thing, I talk a lot about that. But if they're feeling guilty, then they're not going to come out so strongly when you say defund the police. They're not going to come out so strongly when you turn violent criminals loose. They're not going to come out so strongly when you leave our southern border open and let people flood into, because they don't want somebody to call them a racist. What a bunch of garbage. But it's creating chaos. And then you can say, see, I told you the system doesn't work. That's why we need another system. That's exactly what's going on, I do believe. But we can change that narrative. But in order to do it, we have to be willing to get out there and talk about what's going on. So often, people feeling guilty, feeling shame, feeling whatever, they just sort of stand in the corner with their head down and hope that nobody calls them a nasty name. You know, you can't do it that way. You can't be the land of the free if you're not the home of the brave. And you've got to get out there and talk about what is going on in our nation. And our nation has a rich history. You know, the 1619 Project, CRT, they try to focus everything around slavery and make it seem that the United States is uniquely evil because we had slavery. But an accurate reading of history will tell you that every civilization has dealt with slavery from the time there was history of mankind, and that there are actually more slaves in the world today than there have ever been at any point in history when you look at human trafficking. And the number one consumer of it, the United States of America. So we don't have to go back 200 years to find something to deal with. We got a severe problem going on here right now. But if there is something that's unique about the United States and slavery, is that we had so many people who opposed it that we were willing to fight a bloody civil war and lose a large portion of our population to stop it. That's worthy of comment.